All right, so our theme this week in our flow is kind of sweeping it out. So we're going to use some sweeping motions, and this flow today has a lot of fascial opening, fascia being a soft tissue that's it's a connective tissue that's in between and almost like stuffing everywhere in our body. So we'll do lots of kind of nice stretchy, ooey gooey actions to open some of that fascia up. And then we'll use this kind of sweeping motion just to let some tension out and hopefully leave feeling better in our bodies, lighter in our spirits, etc. As I always say every week, if I suggest you try something or I'm offering an option that's not working for you, don't do that thing. You can always head to a child's pose or a quadruped or table, as many call it, as an alternative. And I will try to keep reminding you throughout class of alternatives that work better for you or for a wide range. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll pop back to the computer in just a few minutes to lock our Zoom room. But we'll start on our backs with the feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up to the ceiling, and we're going to head to our low bridge here. So plant those feet into the floor. Let's take the palms actually to the top of the thighs and press the arms straight to some degree. And as you do this, just slightly curl the tailbone under, trying to lengthen the low back and get a little sense of traction in the back. At the same time, start to check in with the chin, maybe draw it slightly towards your neck and just feel the tissue starting to open up in the back of the neck. Inhale. And exhale, release the palms to the floor now, press into those feet, and we'll curl the tailbone once again, using those glutes to lift the pelvis off the floor for our low bridge. I'm not sure, my video is very shadowy, I apologize. I'll try to fix it in just a moment. So we're holding our pelvis in such a way that we're finding a neutral position, and we're using our low bridge to really turn the glutes on, and we're going to be using them throughout our class, so we're kind of cueing them to start waking up here. You have a few options here. If you'd like a bit of a chest opener, you can take the arms at 90-degree angles for a cactus or goalpost position on the floor. And that's just a gentle opening for your chest area. And the next option is to slightly move that left foot towards the middle, just a little bit, and maybe lift that right knee, keeping it bent over the hip. And then lower the right foot, we'll replace the left foot with the right, and then maybe lift the left knee over that hip. So as you do this, what matters most is that the pelvis can stay in that neutral position. And when we have just one leg down and the other lifted, it's going to put more demand on the supporting glute. So if it doesn't feel good to you, just keep both feet down and you'll get a nice even kind of ramp up in both glutes. If you're taking this walking variation, you'll feel alternating intensity in one side and then the other. Everybody check in with your front of the rib cage and try to draw the two sides of the rib cage almost towards the center line of your body. And then draw, if you were in class a few weeks ago, the diamond or your low abdominals area towards your belly button and maybe kind of down towards the spine or the sacrum. If you took the walking variation, we'll take both feet back to the floor, and then everyone can press the palms up to the ceiling. We'll pull back on the right fingers with the left hand, opening up the wrist. So that palm is open to the ceiling. And if you need to lower the pelvis, go ahead and lower. Exhale there. And then switch hands. Left hand pressing up, pull back with the right fingers on the left fingers. And that palm's opening to the ceiling. We'll lower the hands, and if you haven't already, slowly lower through the spine, letting that pelvis come back to the mat. Just pause here for a moment, take a few breaths. I'm just going to get some more light in the room, and I'm also going to lock our Zoom room. Should be better. And we'll move towards our core activation here. Interlace the hands behind the head. Take the elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Really envision, you can even take a hand to the low abdominals, the sacrum, the back of the pelvis pressing into the floor. Hand returns and inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Weighting into that sacrum, maybe take the opposite hand to that low abdominal area, reminding it to draw down towards the mat. Hand returns, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. This time, feel that weight in the sacrum, but we're not going to use the hand. We'll add a twist through the rib cage over to the left and try to stay off the left tip of that shoulder blade, the tip of the left shoulder blade. Back to center, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Weight into the sacrum there. And this time we'll head right, so twisting just through the rib cage, but trying to keep that whole shoulder blade off the mat. Back to center, inhale, lower. Now, next few versions are all options, so you can stick with what we've done so far. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. We'll add a twist to the left. That itself is an option. And then maybe extend the left knee, keeping the thighs parallel here. Back to center and then twist right, keeping that leg extended. Back to the middle, foot lowers, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. We'll twist right if you'd like. Option to extend the right knee if you'd like. And then maybe stay up, move through center and twist left. Back to center, foot lowers, inhale, lower. We've got one more option. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. This time we'll extend the left leg, but without the twist in the torso. And then as if you were making like a figure 8 through the rib cage, you can sway the upper body side to side. It's a small action, big feeling. And then lower that foot, inhale, lower. Again, these are all options. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift last time. And then maybe extend the right knee. You could add a twist here, or you can try this kind of sway side to side, almost like a blade of grass blowing in the wind through the upper torso. Pause that, lower the foot. Inhale, lower, and let's just take those arms to goalposts on the floor and walk the feet wide, let the knees fall towards center. Close the eyes for a moment. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sighing through the mouth. One more like that. Inhale. Imagine expansion happening in the chest here. And exhale, check in with your chin, lengthen the back of the neck. And from here, taking your time, we'll come up and around onto all fours, coming into what in LYT we call a quadruped, but is often called table. Knees coming under the hips and wrists under the shoulders. So pause here and imagine you could find the exact same position we were just in, lying on our backs. And it's going to require more demand from the core here because we're off the floor. So our core is really supporting us from underneath in this position. We'll take the left hand behind the skull, weight into that right hand, and then pressing into the right hand, opening just through the ribs, open to the left. This is called open the book. And return to neutral. So press into that right hand, we open through the rib cage to the left, and back to neutral. We'll do a few more of these. It's a small movement, but really check in with the left half of the pelvis and try to keep that pelvis neutral. Last time here, hold that skull into the hand as you open, twisting to the left. And then back to neutral, left hand lowers. We'll switch sides. So that right hand comes behind the head. Get a good sense of lift through your front body. Really supporting there. The skull pulls into the right hand. We press into the left and open the book. Opening to the right. And back to neutral. Open to the right. And back to neutral. You might feel like your range here is really limited, and that's pretty normal. Especially if you haven't moved much today, this area might feel a bit stuck. 2 more, hopefully it will be more open by the end of the flow. And 1 more. Hands plant and we'll head to an optional dolphin. You have 3 options here. Option 1, if you don't want to head to full dolphin, you can lower the forearms, keep the elbows under the shoulders, and keep those knees lowered on the floor. Now, if you're heading to dolphin arms, you have 2 options. You can interlace the fingers, almost making a triangle with the forearms. And your second option is to keep those palms planted on the floor. Our forearms are parallel. Option here to tuck those toes, press into the forearms and those toes and lift the pelvis. You can keep the knees nice and bent here, keep the heels off the floor. But everyone imagine that feeling of lengthening the neck once again. So the back of the neck wants to lengthen. That might feel like drawing the chin towards the throat. And if you're in your dolphin, really press those forearms into the floor, lifting the head off the mat. At any point, you can lower those knees. We're just taking a moment to build some shoulder strength and stability. Option 2, weight into the right leg, maybe lift the left leg for a 3-legged dolphin. You could also do this if you have the knees on the floor, just extending the left leg back. And then lower the left toes if you took that, and we can switch sides. Right leg lifts or extends back. Keeping that neutral pelvis either in your quadruped or in your dolphin. And then lower those toes. We'll lower the knees wide here, sitting back for a child's pose. And if the wide knee child's pose doesn't feel good, you can always take those legs so that they're parallel. Big inhale here. Exhale, imagine you were sweeping some stuff out with that breath. 1 more inhale. Exhale, getting rid of tension. And then we'll shift the weight forward, coming to a bent knee forward fold, keeping the knees nice and bent, walking the feet towards the top of the mat. And then inhale, rise to stand. Arms reach up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, bending those knees, hands plant on the floor or on blocks, and we step the right foot back. Lower the knee, untuck those toes, and inhale, rise for your half kneel. Arms lift up. And exhale, hands plant, heading to plank. You could also make this a down dog. Feel the structure of your plank here. We're going to keep the shoulder blades on the back, lower the knees, and lower to the floor. Inhale for cobra. Pull the chest through the hands, just lifting that upper body off the floor. And then exhale, lift into your down dog. Knees can be bent, heels can be off the floor. Right foot steps forward for half kneel. Lower the left knee, top of the foot. Inhale, arms lift here. Feel the neutral pelvis, left glute turning on. And then exhale, hands plant on the floor or on your blocks, and step the left foot in, bending those knees. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant on the floor or blocks. Left foot steps back, lower the knee, untuck those toes. Inhale, arms lift. This time, left hand comes to the front of the low abdominals, right hand comes behind the pelvis, and then just squeeze those hands towards each other. Making a little sandwich here, but using this squeeze to remind us to use the pelvis as an anchor. Hands plant on the floor, heading to down dog or plank. Squeeze your glutes in plank, we'll lower the knees, Keeping that chest open, bend the elbows lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Chest pulls forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, half kneel. Right knee lowers, untuck the toes, and inhale, lift. This time, left hand comes behind the pelvis, right hand comes in front, and we once again squeeze that pelvis, getting a sense of the connection between the front and the back, how these two kind of help each other out, keeping us supported. And then the hands plant forward, step the back foot in, exhale. Press into those feet and inhale, rise to stand. If you're using that music, you can go ahead and start it. And we'll all start our first sequence. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, and step the right foot back, lowering the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms lift. We're in a half kneel once again. Left hand comes behind the pelvis. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling this time. Feel the shoulder lift. And then squeeze the right glute as we side bend left. So take all of this length in the upper body and just arc over to the left a bit. Come back to vertical, and one more time. Sweep it over to the left. Just gentle opening in the tissue. Back to vertical, I lied to you. We'll do one more. Reach that arm up, we sweep it left. Back to vertical, and we'll plant the right hand under the shoulder next to the left foot. You could also have it on a block. And then open the torso towards the left for a bit of a twist. Next option is to pull the left elbow up to the ceiling. Let the left palm face away from you. Maybe that right ear relaxes towards the right shoulder. Exhale here. We'll sweep the left arm up, so straighten that elbow, and then sweep the arm forward, coming onto the fingertips. The fingers come off the mat. Next option here is to tuck the right toes and extend that knee. Wherever you are, think about the two halves of the pelvis being even with each other, and then exhale, really dome into the upper back. You'll feel some opening, especially around the shoulder, but maybe even into the low back. And then slide the left hand next to the right, and we'll turn both feet to the right side of the mat. Hands are somewhere maybe in front of the left foot, and we bend into the right knee and hip for a side lunge. Now, having the hands here requires quite a lot of stretch in the side, so if it's too much, you can always have the hands more under your torso, or you could bring them somewhere on the left leg. So adjust it for what you need. You also could take out that side stretch and have the torso more parallel with the feet. If you do have the hands to the side to some degree, if they're on the floor, come up on the fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, once again, puff that front body into the back body, almost like you were rounding, and you'll feel your QL open up that low back part of the right side of your back. Big inhale and exhale. Everybody take out this side reach. We'll bring the fingers under the shoulder and then ground the heels in slightly for goddess, rising to vertical. Inhale, take the arms wide, palms facing up. And then exhale, cross like you were hugging yourself. Inhale, arms come wide, palms up. And exhale, give yourself a hug. Just kind of sweeping this action to start opening the chest and opening the upper back. Just alternating what hand comes on top. And then another thing to check in on, if you have the mental space, as you open the arms, try not to let the ribs flare forward, but really keep the ribs contained and let the shoulder blades drive that action. So that's a lot of core stability there. Just a couple more. Last time here, open the palms wide. We'll turn to the back of the mat, plant the left hand, lower the left knee, modified side plank. Reach that right leg back. So it's reaching towards the front of the mat. And then next option is to bring the right hand behind the skull. Almost the reverse of our open book. Inhale here. Exhale, curve, twisting to take that elbow almost like it could reach the floor. Press into the left hand and inhale, open. Exhale, twisting, bringing that elbow to face the floor or point towards it. Inhale, open. You could also try this with the right leg hovering. It's a bit of a challenge. Inhale, open. Last time, exhale, twist. Inhale, open. We'll all step the right foot towards a half kneel position. Tuck the left toes and then turn back to the right side of your mat for a couple of side lunges. This sequence will develop a bit more in our stream later in class. So I know we just did a side lunge, but we're kind of revisiting it, moving from side to side here. So bending into left knee and hip and then right. Return to face the back of the mat, plant those hands, step the right foot back. We'll lift the left leg in three-legged down dog. Exhale here. Big inhale. Exhale here. Cross that left foot in front of the right, coming into a cross ankle down dog, and then walk the hands back for a cross ankle forward fold. You can bend the knees nice and deeply here. You can take the hands up towards the thighs, make any adjustment that's necessary. But again, get this sense of the front body lifting into the back. And then we'll plant those hands, or you can actually keep them open if you need. Uncross the feet, bringing them parallel, and sit the hips back for a happy squat. Similar to a chair, but way more reclined here with the torso. You can have the hands on the legs. You can have the fingers on the floor. You could even reach the fingertips, maybe towards the middle of the mat. But we're getting a sense here of flexion in the legs, creasing at those hips, and hopefully feeling some opening in the low back region. If you want a little bit more, you can even move the rib cage side to side like we were, sweeping it side to side. And then we'll turn to your left, coming to the front of the mat, uncrossing those feet when you get there. Press into the feet and we'll rise to stand. Inhale. Let's just sweep the arms down for a second like you were throwing them away. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sweep. Hopefully, stuff is starting to feel more open. Inhale, arms reach up, and we'll start second side. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bend those knees. Left foot steps back, lower the knee, untuck the toes for your half kneel. Inhale, arms reach up. Feel that solid foundation in the pelvis. And then the right hand comes behind the pelvis. Reach through the left fingers, drawing the left shoulder almost like towards your ear. And then take this lift for a side bend to the right, only moving as far as you can go without moving the pelvis. Inhale, back to neutral. Reach the arm and exhale, side bend. Inhale, back to neutral. Last time. Exhale, side bend. So keeping this anchor of the left glute actually helps us open our torso kind of side body area even more. And then back to vertical, left hand plants under the shoulder. Option to open that torso here for a bit of a twisted low lunge. Maybe you peel the right elbow up towards the ceiling, palm facing away. You could even release the left ear towards the left shoulder. Exhale through the mouth. And keep encouraging the right hip crease to deepen. So sometimes I like to press my fingers into that space, and you'll feel the stretch in the low back. Extend the right elbow if you've got it bent, and we'll sweep the right arm forward, coming out to the fingertips in line with the right foot. From here, you can puff the front body towards the back body, or you can try it with the toes tucked, extending the left knee. Exhale, like you were curving your back towards the ceiling. And then moving towards our side lunge, right hand draws next to the left. We turn the toes to face the left side of the mat, and then bend into left knee and hip for your side lunge. Remember, you could be having the torso more parallel. You could have the hands on the right leg somewhere, or a little bit more under you. Really adjust for what is allowed in your left side right now. Keep encouraging that left hip crease to reach back in space. And then on your next exhale, same thing, puff that upper back towards the ceiling. You'll feel that QL on the left really stretching out here. And then everybody will walk the fingers or turn the torso towards a parallel position. Straighten that left knee, and we'll turn the heels in, bend into the knees, and rise for our goddess. Inhale, arms open, palms open. Exhale, hug yourself. This time you can release the chin, almost drawing chin towards the throat. Inhale, arms open, neck extends. Exhale, hug, maybe with this curl of the head. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug and release the head. Inhale, open. We'll do 2 more. Checking in with those ribs as you open. Last time here, give yourself a hug and curl. And then we'll open the arms wide, turn to the back of the mat. Right hand lands, right knee lands for modified side plank. You can reach that left leg towards what was the front of the mat. Maybe left hand comes behind the head here, elbow pointing up. Inhale. And then exhale, adding a twist through the ribs, curve to point that elbow towards the floor. You don't have to go that far, don't force your range. Inhale, open. A little trick, exhale, as you twist, if you feel like you're falling towards the left, really turn the glutes on to keep the pelvis neutral, and then only twist as far as your ribs are gonna allow. Inhaling to open, exhaling to twist. Remember, you can try this. Hovering the left leg. Just 2 more. Last time. Inhale, open. We'll all step the left foot towards a half kneel position. Turn to your right, and we'll head to side lunges. So we're back facing the position we were just in for our side lunges and our goddess. But now we're moving side to side, bending into right knee and hip, and then the left. Again, you can have hands on the pelvis, on the legs, anywhere where your spine can remain kind of long. Return to the back of the mat, plant those hands, step the left foot back to down dog, and the right leg, if you'd like, will lift for a 3-legged down dog. Inhale here, and exhale. We're gonna streamline what we did on the other side for this side. We'll hit everything, just a slightly different order. Lower the right toes. From here, we'll walk the hands back, sitting into your happy squat. Those heels lower, and you sit the hips back as if you were sitting in a chair. Remember, you can lift the torso to avoid really curling the back, or you could have the fingers on the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, let the chin tuck towards the throat. Pull that front body into the back body, getting some opening in the back of the pelvis. And then if the arms are extended, draw them more underneath you. We'll all turn to your right to face the front of the mat for a bit of a cross-ankled forward fold. Ultimately, uncross those feet and rise to stand. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, taking a sun sal A here. Step back to plank or head to down dog. You took plank, lower the knees, lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rise on those toes. Walk the feet in a little bit. Exhale, bend the knees and walk or hop forward. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Last time here, exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, and step back to plank or down dog. If you step to plank, you can lower the knees or lower halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause in your down dog here. Take a big inhale. Lengthen the back of the neck, exhale. So you might need to draw the chin towards the throat. Lift the left leg, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the foot as far forward as you can without picking up the hands. You can stay in this bent knee pyramid position or lift the right leg for a standing L. We'll move between these two places. So heading to down dog, or you can take the three-legged down dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot forward for a bent knee pyramid or a standing L. Right toes lower if they're up. Left leg sweeps back to down dog or three-legged and step it forward. Pyramid or standing L, your version of down dog. This time we'll step it forward. We're gonna rise to weight into the left leg. So you can immediately hover the right leg and try to lift one-legged or keep the right toes down. From here, we'll lift that right knee up to chest and plant the foot next to the left. Sit those hips back here for chair pose, arms reaching along the ears. This is an option. Weight into the left foot and just hover the right foot off the floor about an inch. Everyone will lift the right knee to chest, straighten that left leg. Option to open to a twist to the right here. Sweeping that arm up. And then we'll lower the right leg. Open the right leg out to the right for abduction. Final thing we can do here, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, sit the hips back, almost like a chair for a figure four. We'll return the right foot to the floor for chair and repeat that sequence. So right foot hovers if you so choose. We'll all lift and rise for a stork pose, maybe adding a twist to the right. So right knee is lifting. Lower that right foot to hover, and then sweep the right foot out, keeping those toes facing forward. Final option here is a figure four, crossing right ankle over the left thigh, sitting those hips back. We'll lower the right foot for chair. Last time for this sequence. Maybe hover the right foot, that left leg feels it. Rise right knee for stork, maybe adding a twist to the right. Hover that right foot down and then sweep the leg out to the right for abduction. Last time you can cross for a figure four if you'd like, right ankle over the thigh, flexing in the hips, bending that left knee. Imagine the chin and the pubic bone drawing towards each other. That will help consolidate the front. And then we'll step the right foot back for warrior two. So keeping that left knee bent, opening towards the side of the mat, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaching over the ear, side bending towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, warrior variation, left forearm on the left thigh, right arm reaching over the ear. Inhale, reverse. And sweeping into your warrior variation. Exhale, warrior variation. From here, we'll come back to our vertical position, windmill the hands to the floor, and step back for either down dog or lower the forearms for dolphin. Everybody has the option here to lift the left leg. And everybody has the option to lift and lower either the right heel or both heels if both feet are down. Just shifting the weight forward and back. Imagine you were like a broom clearing some stuff out in this rhythmic action. And then if you have the left leg lifted, we'll lower. We're heading to plank, so if you're in dolphin, you'll have to press into the palms as you shift the weight forward. If you're in down dog, shift the weight forward. Lower those knees and lower to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts, and we'll sweep the arms back, lifting the legs for locust. Really turn the glutes on there. And then exhale, hands plant. Tuck those toes, we'll lift to down dog. Walk the feet in and touch. Big inhale. Exhale, let something go. And we'll start our next side of sweeps. So you have the first option, lifting that right leg, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Don't pick the hands up. Pausing in bent knee pyramid or lifting the left leg for a standing L. Returning to your version of down dog, either both feet down or right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, bent knee pyramid or standing L. Lengthen the back of the neck here. Return to your version of down dog. We'll do 2 more. If you want to add a little handstand hop, if you're in the standing L, go for it. Left toes lower. Right leg sweeps back for down dog or three-legged. Last time, step the foot forward. We'll rise towards vertical. You can hover the left toes to make this a bit of a glute balance challenge, or keep those toes down. Left knee lifts for stork. We'll do this a bunch in the next series. And then plant the left foot next to the right. Exhale, sit the hips back. Arms lift up for a chair pose. Heading into our series here. Press into the right foot. We'll hover the left if you'd like. And then rise to that left knee lift for stork. Maybe add a twist to the left. Left leg lowers to a hover and sweep the leg out to the left, keeping the toes facing forward. Last piece, we can cross left ankle over right thigh, figure 4. Hinging at the hips, sitting back like you're in a chair. And then lower the left foot to actually sit into your chair. Option, hover that left foot. Press into the right foot to lift the left knee for your stork, maybe twist to the left. Left foot hovers and sweeps out to the left, abduction. Last time, ankle crosses over thigh, figure 4 option. And then heading to chair. Last time of the series here. Maybe hover the left foot. Everybody lift left knee towards stork, maybe twisting to the left. Hover that left foot, sweeping out to the left with the left leg, and then cross for your figure 4. Left ankle crossing right thigh. That right leg feels it, I'm with you. And then sweep the left leg back for warrior 2, opening towards the left side of the mat, bend into that right knee and hip. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, consolidate your core as you reverse your warrior. Right arm reaching over the ear. Side bending to the left. Inhale. Exhale, consolidate for warrior variation. Right forearm to thigh. Inhale and reverse. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, warrior variation. Inhale to vertical. Exhale, windmill the hands to the top of the mat. Step back for down dog, or you can lower the forearms for your dolphin. Both versions, you have an option to lift the right leg. And then the next option is to lift and lower the heels. Either the left heel if you have one leg up, or both. Release that chin towards the throat, lengthen the back of the neck. And then pause your lift and lower if you're doing that. Everybody lower the right foot if it's up. We'll head to plank. You might have to adjust the feet back depending on your alignment. And then if you're in dolphin, press into those palms to shift forward off the forearms. Lower the knees, we'll lower to the floor. And inhale for your locust. Arms reach back by your sides, maybe legs lift off the floor. Alternative here is to be in cobra with the palms planted under the shoulders. Exhale, hands plant, and let's shift the hips back here to child's pose. Letting the forehead rest on the floor. Big inhale and exhale. Maybe just gently rolling the forehead side to side on the mat here. Reminding yourself to sweep out some tension in the face. And then we'll shift forward. We're going to put those two sequences together, moving a little bit more quickly, nothing too extreme. And you'll rise to stand when you're ready. So there's nothing really too new here, so I think we'll go for it. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, as you hinge forward, imagine you were sweeping some stuff away, hands plant. Right foot steps back for our half kneel. Lower that knee, untuck the toes, inhale, arms lift. Let's take the arms in front of you and open wide, bring the palms to face towards the ceiling. Exhale, cross those arms in front of you. Inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, cross. Last time, inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, cross. Let the forehead fall into the arms. Might not be a perfect match, but just release the head. And then open those arms wide. We'll plant the right hand for a twisted low lunge. You can stay here or tuck the back toes, extend the right knee. Next option, we'll all reach that the left fingers forward in line with the left foot, but maybe off the mat. And puff that upper back up in space. You might have more room here now. And then heading to our side lunge with the side bend. So turn those toes to the right side of the mat. Keep those hands anchored by the left foot. If you'd like, you can also move them. And bend into the right knee and hip. Now we'll start to move this. So we'll sweep the hands towards the right foot. When they meet the right foot, bend into the left knee and hip. And then sweep the hands to the left knee and hip and shift the bend to the other side. So you're just getting this nice wave-like action, moving side to side, bending side to side. One more each way. And then bring those fingertips under the shoulders. We'll rotate those heels in to some degree and rise to your goddess. Open the arms wide here. Let's goalpost them and just pulse through the legs. Little lift and lower. And feel a sense of buoyancy in this lift and lower, like you were a ball bouncing off the floor. You can turn your head a little bit or do any little extras that you need in the moment. And then we'll turn to the back of the mat for our modified side plank. Left hand lands, left knee lowers. Sweep the right leg back. You also could try bending the right knee and grabbing that foot with the right hand for a quad stretch. Now we're going to move this a bit this time. Of course, you can stay here if this feels better. Or we'll step the right foot to a half kneel position. Tuck the back toes. Turn to your left and we'll side lunge left, right, and left. Return to modified side plank, left hand lands, left knee lowers. Your version, you can have foot down, you could be grabbing the right foot. We'll do that again. Right foot steps to half kneel, we turn to the left, side lunge left, right, and left, and return to the back of the mat, left hand planting, left knee lowering. Your version of modified side plank. Just one more time here. Turning to the side of the mat, side lunge, left, right, left, and we'll turn to the back of the mat. Plant into those hands. Right leg steps back for down dog. This is a little out of order, but that's okay. Left leg lifts if you'd like for three-legged down dog, and we're doing that step through. So exhale, step through to your bent knee pyramid. or lift that right leg for a standing L. We've got a third option here. Returning to your down dog version, third option is to lift the hands from airplane or warrior three. So hovering with a bent left knee. Hands plant, return to your version of down dog. Exhale, left foot steps. Nice long spine in all three versions. Just two more of whatever you've chosen. Really encouraging the left hip crease to deepen and keep a nice neutral pelvis. And then last time we'll head to down dog, both feet down. Walk the hands towards the feet for happy squat. Bending into the knees, sitting those hips back. You can again have the hands on the legs. They could be on blocks. But just see if things are more open here. And then totally release the head like you were a rag doll. Inhale. Exhale, flutter through the lips. And we'll turn to our left. Briefly, maybe the feet will cross, facing the top of the mat once again, and then uncross those feet. Immediately we'll rise to our chair. Press into the left foot, right leg will hover here. We'll immediately lift the right knee for stork, maybe adding a twist. This is different this time. We can head straight to our figure four if you liked that option. Next optional add-on is to open up the right leg towards the back of the mat for a half moon, hinging in the left hip for that torso to reach forward. And then we'll all lower the right foot for chair. Exhale, sit the hips back. Maybe you hover the right foot. Everybody rise, right knee lifting for stork. Option to add your twist here. Next layer, figure four, right ankle crosses left thigh. Check in with that pubic bone and chin. Mine's a little wobbly. Final option is the half moon variation, reaching right leg towards the back of the mat. Last time, we'll all step to our chair. Option to hover the right leg. Right knee lifts for stork with the optional twist. Cross for your figure four, right ankle over thigh. Open for your half moon if you'd like. But we'll all ultimately lower the right foot behind you for your warrior two. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, reverse it, left arm over the ear. Inhale, exhale, warrior variation. Make this like a bit of a dance, letting these two things bleed into each other. Nice sweeping action, opening you up. And then we'll continue following the right arm from this warrior variation. Plant the hands and step the right foot forward, bending into the knees to start the other side. Inhale, arms lift. Rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, sweep some stuff out. Left foot steps back, we lower the knee, untuck those toes. Inhale for your half kneel. Exhale, arms come wide, palms reaching up. And then give yourself a hug. Nice cross with the arms here to open up again. Inhale. Exhale, cross. Maybe opposite arm on top. Last time, inhale, open, palms facing up. Exhale, cross, and you can release the head there. Kind of letting the weight of the head fall into the arms. Really squeeze the left glute there. And then heading towards our twist, we'll uncross the arms, left hand plants. You can stay here opening for a twist to the right, or tuck the back toes to extend that knee for a twisted crescent. Next option here, exhale, right fingertips come in front of, but in line with the right foot. Again, you can have the knee down here, and we'll all exhale, puff that upper back up towards the ceiling. Hold on to your pelvis. And then we'll turn left for our side lunge sweeps. So toes face left, hands maybe plant in front of the foot, and we move side to side with this. So you can sweep the hands if that feels okay, from leg to leg. like a figure eight or a bit of a wave. You could just do that with the torso without the hands down. Ripple effect. Listen to what you need right now. And then we'll settle with the fingers under the shoulders, heading to goddess, rotate those heels in, bend into the knees and rise towards vertical. Open the arms wide, and we'll add our small pulse here. Taking the elbows to a bend for our goalpost or cactus arms. Really feel the shoulder blades on the chest, on the ribs here. They're definitely not in front of you. Nice opening in the chest. And then turn to the back of the mat, modified side plank. Right hand lands, right knee lands. You can sweep the left leg back, maybe left arm reaches forward, or try that bend in the left knee, maybe grabbing left foot with the left hand. Only do what actually feels good. Don't just do something because I said you could. Now we'll move to the side lunges. So exhale, if you'd like, left foot steps towards the back of the mat, half kneel position, and then turn to your right, side lunge, right, left, and right. Return to the back of the mat, right hand down, modified side plank. Again, find a modified side plank you like. You can stay here or step the left foot forward, turning to your right, side lunge right, left, and right. Return to the back. Reaching for modified side plank, right hand is anchored. Last time we'll step the foot and turn. And then return to the back of the mat, step to down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward, bend knee pyramid, standing L, or that third option is the airplane warrior 3. Return to down dog, both feet down or right leg lifting. Step the right foot forward. Your variation, pyramid, standing L, airplane. 2 more, whatever you've got going. And sweep it back, your version of down dog. Last time, stepping it forward. And then return to down dog. We'll walk the hands back towards the feet, bend into the knees and hips. Happy squat just briefly. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Releasing the head there. And then we'll turn to face the top of the mat, turning to the right, uncrossing those feet and rising to chair pose. Bend into the knees and hips. Option to hover that left leg. Everybody lift the left knee for stork, maybe twisting left. Option to take it to your figure 4, crossing left ankle over right thigh. Final option is to sweep the left leg back for a half moon, hinging on that right hip joint. Return to your chair, sitting the hips back. Maybe hover the left leg before we all rise for our stork. Option to add a twist. And then maybe to figure 4, left ankle crossing thigh. Final option is this half moon variation. Left leg reaching back. Return to chair, last time for our series here, maybe last time ever. Left leg lifts if you want for a hover. We all lift for stork, left knee lifting. Optional twist. Maybe cross for your figure 4, left ankle over thigh. Option to take that half moon, balance, sweeping the left leg back. But we'll all ultimately step the left foot towards the back of the mat, opening for your warrior 2. Inhale. And exhale, reverse, reaching the right arm over the ear, side bending left. Inhale and exhale, warrior variation, forearm comes to thigh. And then really bleed these together, sweeping from one to the other in your own time. And then next time you come through vertical, we'll sweep the hands, windmilling to the front of the mat. And just come towards your back. So you can step the back foot in and then sit the hips down or cross a foot underneath you. Anything that's comfortable to recline on your back on the mat. Maybe drawing the knees towards you when you get there. And in this moment, we're kind of intentionally testing our nervous system's ability to release after having been more active for the last 55 minutes. So testing if we can move quickly from this heightened state to a dropped-in release state. We'll head straight towards the Shavasana today. If you'd like, before you head there, you can make circles with the knees here, almost circling around the back of the pelvis. Feeling how, if that tissue is open or areas that are tender, and then reverse directions, circling the opposite way. And when you're ready, we'll head to our Shavasana for a few moments, finding any position that's comfortable. Doesn't have to be lying on your back. You can adjust as needed. And if you're listening to the playlist, you can skip to the last song. When you find that position, just breathe in, exhale, let it out through the mouth. Taking these moments to sense the hum in your body, but also to encourage some quieting of the mind of thoughts that might be creeping in. If you'd like to stay here longer today, if you're able to, mute the computer or pause your video and stay as long as you can. If you're ready to move, deepen your next inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth with some noise. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, if you'd like, you can reach the arms overhead, reaching the legs in the opposite direction, getting some extra length through your body. And then exhale, release that, and keeping the eyes closed, just slowly make your way to a seat. Or you can take any position that's comfortable. It doesn't have to be a seat. But whatever you choose, pausing there for a moment before we re-enter the world. Noticing what's been swept out and almost what's been swept in. Any changes, any new sensations. And remembering that our physical practice on the mat can be this portal for these changes. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much. All right, I'll stick around if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope to see you soon. If not this week, then sometime in the future, but have a great Tuesday.